Welcome to the show. Oh yeah. Welcome to the show. Yeah. Okay. Everybody, it's time for the show. 2 count, we about that go. Best in the Midwest, and we up next. Go and ring the bell, rest, cause here we go. Comedy meets wrestling. Yeah, we doing our own thing. Squared circle and a microphone. 2 count on everything. Can you smell what we're cooking now? Other shows, they ain't got that style profile. And while we strut, arm raised with 2 fingers up. JR, Big Ace, Tommy 2, they something else. This show be dynamite. Next level, top shelf. I'm like, ah. Welcome to the show. 2 count. Welcome to the show.
All right, everybody, welcome to the 2 count. As you see, it's only me right now, and actually, I can't even tell if anybody can hear me or not because I'm the only one here. Also, I can't hear anything either, so Mike says, let's get this shit going. I have ADHD, and I'm an impatient queef. Wow. Mike coming in hot. Ace, what's going on? Also, hello. I can't hear anything right now.
What do you mean you can't hear anything?
Hold on.
You can't hear me?
You might take over real quick. Let me relaunch this.
Great. Well, I'll tell you what. Messenger's been fucking weird.
Hold on.
Yeah, get out of here. You know you can't hear me, so I don't know. Messenger is being weird, guys. I don't know. Wouldn't load the fucking link at all. I had to reboot about 3 different times before I was able to hop on. So, I don't know why that scroll's still going. Jared isn't going to make it tonight. He probably already said that. Oh, no, he just resent the link. Which is also why some of this stuff is still up. He usually gets that ready for us. Where is this? What is this? What freaking banner did he... can I not take it off because it's on his? No, that shouldn't be. Anyways, hopefully everybody's doing well. How are you guys? What if we just do this? Or this. There we go. Let's just do that. So yeah, shit show already, everybody. Sorry. Whitney's at a baseball game. She's gonna come, I think. Apparently, Tom has issues with his shit every time he unplugs it. He should know this by now. Literally every show when he has to do commentary and takes his setup there, he always has issues. The next show back. It's like clockwork. Yeah, really feels like the universe is telling us that we shouldn't be doing a show tonight for some reason. And bad news is 2 of us might not be here next week either. So I don't know if there's going to be a show next week either, guys. You'll probably have to watch along on our social medias to find out about that. Let me get to the chat. All right. Hey, Mike. I'm going to send this out real quick on some shit so people know we're live. Again, I was having so many issues trying to get into this little studio we got going here. Do y'all watch anything this week? Obviously, a lot of programming going on. I only caught highlights, the highlight reel AEW put out of All In. Afternoon, man. Me and Tommy on the road, making towns, baby. That's what we were doing, so we couldn't watch that shit live. And also... we didn't get home till late, so it's just not going to happen. You guys know what I'm saying? We left for Algona, Iowa, which shout out to Algona, Iowa. We go there a lot. Tom shits on it a lot. It's a special little town. But Algona showed up on Saturday night, Founders Day Fest. They were there, and it was a hell of a show. Sounds like we'll be back for Founders Day again next year. But we had a good old time. Hey, kitty. We had a good old time down there in Algona, Iowa. I was telling them, though, it's fucking clockwork. Every time we do any shows where you have to take your equipment with you for commentary,
yep,
it's clockwork. The next show we do after that for 2 counts, something's not going to work right.
Well, so here's actually the thing. I had to reset the Rodecaster to be able to hear through the headphones.
Well, just so you know, you sound tinny. Your mic sounds off right now.
Yeah, that does not surprise me.
You're in like the old tin can mic. Hey, everybody.
Oh, you know what? I know what that is. Because also I have to use a stupid. I have to use a stupid different. My laptop's not working anymore, so.
Dude, I was when you weren't there, I told everybody, I was like, it's like the universe is saying we shouldn't do a show today because Messenger. The reason I wasn't on, because you didn't hear this, Messenger would only show me the message that you had just sent saying, I love you, JR. Yeah, guys, Tom sent JR a message in our chat. He's like, I love you, JR. Oh.
Listen, I think I said, we love you, JR.
Hey,
right.
you don't speak for me, motherfucker.
Well, hey, everybody just wants to speak for me, though.
Or Whitney, which who knows if she'll show up. She thinks she'll show up, but if her nephew's game didn't start till 7,
yeah,
she ain't showing up.
Hey, man, it happens.
No, it's fine. But I was like, yeah, apparently, and then you had issues. JR is bummed from work, and he just needs some time to fucking recharge. And Whitney's at a bit. It's like, fuck. It's like they don't want to. The universe is like, nah, not 2 count tonight, y'all.
Yeah,
and then I said, and even worse, probably not going to be one next week because I definitely won't be here because the only way I was able to get out of my shift at work on last Friday because I was in a golf tournament. There's no way I was going to make it to my second job. Was the trade.
Right.
The only person willing to trade would only do it for the 22nd, which is next Tuesday. And I was just like, done. Guess I have to. There's no, and I only have like 2 weeks left too because I quit the job. So I kind of probably wasn't going to get anyone else willing to switch with me. And I had already told them like, yeah, no, there's no way I'm coming here. Like I'd have to miss like the last 4 holes. Fuck that, dude. I paid for this tournament. I'm playing golf with my boys. Like, nope.
Correct. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. And no, that sucks because next week also I got a couple friends who are in need of a happy hour with old Top Shelf here. You know what I mean? So
yeah, we called that alcoholics when you have to go drinking on a Tuesday.
Listen,
as soon as you said happy hour, I was like, oh my god, my head and stomach already hurt. Like, how the fuck do you, dude? Like I said, I did that golf tournament last Friday. I was telling you this on Saturday.
Yeah,
I had 3 drinks, which is too much for me. All right, 3 drinks is about my max nowadays. In the weird times that I'll have drinks, a lot of times I don't. The only real exception is the Jericho cruise. And even right now, I'm in the debate in my head of like, dude, I might just get the soda package unless they give us like a really great deal again. Because honestly, I hate how alcohol makes me feel now. I hate it. It's not fun anymore. So Friday, me and my 2 of us have to behave. Well, one has to behave because he's like, yeah, dude, I got to drive and wife will get pissed. I'm like, I have no reason to come and get fucking shit-faced. Like, I will bring my cannabis and I will be fine. That's just how I roll. That's how my life's been for the last 10 years. Before that, I'd be the guy that's getting fucking blacked out on don't remember the back 9. And then the other 2 guys were like, our wives are picking us up, so we're here to party. And they did. So me and the dude who were like, well, we'll have a couple drinks because it's attorney, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get a couple Arnie Palms.
Well, Arnie Palmies.
He's like, I'm gonna get 3, and I'm like, nah, I'll just get 2, one on each 9, and I'm good. but then they're like, oh, so you're gonna get 5, and they, the bartending guy's like, you're gonna get 5 of them. And I'm like, all right, if I could just do the 6-pack, fine.
Damn, Mike, just calm down, all right? Including
he ain't wrong though. He ain't wrong.
Maybe he is, because I've been drinking beers like a motherfucker. I had a week off of drinking, and I'm back at it. And it's tasty.
Yeah, but when you're a professional drinker, a week off, that's nothing.
Professional drinker? Calm down, man.
You want me to just say straight up alcoholic?
Well, no, because
I thought professional drinker sounded nicer.
Well, the last week's been
it's almost like
easy.
giving you kudos.
I appreciate that, but the last week for myself,
it's like you're Ogre from Nerds.
First of all, it's Revenge of the Nerds, all right. And Ogre was a great dude, so I mean,
he did become Tri-Lambda by the end of the second movie.
Food and sensitivity personified. Dang, Mike, coming in hot tonight.
Anyway,
yeah, I'm sorry.
So we get the 6-pack, right? He gives us the fucking cooler. We open it, and it's the fucking long tall boys, Arnie Palms, and we're both like, I didn't know these were the fucking doubles. Like, I thought we were just getting a 12-ounce can, motherfucker. So I'm like, okay, well, my 2 just went to 1 now.
Yeah.
But he's like, dude, I can't drink all this shit on my own. These guys have like their own 6-pack each, the other 2. So I ended up having 2 of those, and then I had like a beer by the end, right? And I didn't get drunk. I wasn't fucked up. I was pretty like my norm, like if I'm hitting the 1 on the course a little bit. And then I just got home. I was just dead. I was fucking dead. It was like 6:30, 7 o'clock. I sat down. I ate like a fucking sandwich and was like, hey, let me shower now. In all 35 minutes of being home to fucking eat a sandwich, shower, sat down, and I was fucking out. And then just the next day felt like shit. I fucking, not like shit, but I was exhausted.
Right.
And it was like, oh, well, fucking the alcohol, because that's something I don't usually have in my system. Not that much, at least. And I was like, fuck. Because at that boat, you don't realize it. First of all, also, I mean, let's be fair. I think the first night you threw up because you were drunk, but the first night I threw up because I ate too much fucking food at all the restaurants and the buffets because it's free, boys.
Yeah.
I can take advantage, baby. And I'm a fat kid, so let's go. And it's good food. Like, it's not shit. You know what I mean? Like,
even the buffet's damn fucking good there.
Yeah, dude. So it's like, fucking let's go. And like literally the first day I was just so full. I was like, I think I just got to make some room so I can get comfy in bed. And I did. That was great. Slept like a baby. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to get the drink package on the next cruise.
Well, that would be
like I said, if they're like $200, what was it this last time around?
I think it was only like 145 or something.
Yeah, if they do that shit again, okay, yeah, I'll get it because it just makes sense. Because even if I don't get the drink package, I'll probably still have like a couple drinks here and there on the thing. I'm just not going to drink enough to make that worth my while.
Well, unfortunately, if Devin goes with you and so that, and you're.
But that's the other thing. If we and him go together and we only get, like, I feel so bad that he has to get that package.
Yeah, he's not much of a drinker either, right?
No, he's not, and that's why I feel bad because he'll have like 2-3 drinks a day, and that's like overload for him. He doesn't ever really drink ever. So it's like I always feel bad that it's like he has to get it because he's in my room at over 18. Even though he literally could just buy himself a few drinks throughout the thing and it would come out cheaper for him.
Probably.
Yeah, he has to get it because that's the fucking rules.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing, too. If y'all want to drink or something like that, I have more than enough room on my top shelf limits here, you know what I mean? Like, I got means, boys. I got means, what I'm saying. Mike Friesen, by the way, out here saying 40 is when you can still play sports and not get hurt and randomly can still destroy your neck during sleep. That's exactly it. Can we talk about the saddest part about All In? Christian Cage finding himself means the turtleneck is gone. There's a strong possibility of that. Like, but a sleeveless turtleneck, though, man, like, that's a look. That's a vibe right there, man.
So Yeah,
it was just a thunderstorm outside right now, and it was fucking sunny as shit out there. Whatever. Fucking Minnesota. Sorry.
What do we got here? Let's delete some shit. So yeah, I only watched the highlights of All In. Because I need money, so I'm not going to spend the money now that I already know what happened. But what I saw looked fucking great. I'm down for Christian and Edge. I mean, let's be honest, they're one of the fucking more humorous tag teams that's ever been around. And no matter how hard they try to be serious, that's always going to be an element of them being together.
Right.
So I'm in for it.
I mean that. Yeah. I'll say this too with all that. Well, All In. Yeah. I mean, Cope giving the answer to Christian of go find yourself instead of telling him to go F himself the other way. You know, that was poetic. The dead father. Ooh, the dead mother joke. Ooh. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think everybody would probably agree that it's been a long time since, patriarchy. Patriarchy. Probably has gone past its due date, but Christian was making that thing so damn good anyways that it's hard to say that it wasn't still worth going, but wow. Damn, Mike, you got to calm down with this stuff, dude. Like, that's some deep shit, man. Is there any other comments? Everybody else just decided to not. I was gonna say we still are on Twitch and X too. Like Mike's the only one commenting on us from from YouTube. Dang. So I tell you what, there's a lot of the people that feel like they should comment only when JR is here. I feel so. It's okay, Mike. I appreciate.
Oh no, let's just be honest. Whitney's not here, which means we don't have as many viewers.
I think we had people like stopping like, all right, fuck it.
Like one of our highest fucking reels in the last 6 months was her fucking birthday reel of promoting the birthday party show. Like that thing got the most views on our shit in like 6 months. Smart. That's what we are. We're smart.
Yeah.
We were smart enough to fucking talk her into being on the show.
Just put a pretty blonde who likes wrestling on your show, and you're gonna be just fine.
And
we're literally every WWE creative in the '90s, and all of WCW throughout their fucking run.
Right, and she's goofy enough to just fit in. That it ended up working out very well.
Yeah, she shouldn't like us at all, guys, but she does somehow. Mostly Ace and JR.
Dude, I don't know. Some days it's kind of like, why are we associating ourselves with her? She's crazy, guy. If you haven't picked this up by now, God love her, but Whitney's a crazy gal. I wouldn't want to be on her bad side. I think she'd fuck some shit up.
Probably. I mean, Lane was quickly going to put that ring on that finger. Probably for a reason. No, I'm kidding. It's all good. So at Met Lane, though, we're looking forward to. Now we've been told that they're both planning on being there August 23rd. They're in West Des Moines for our Convergence show, Heroes for Hudson. Obviously, you all know plenty about this show already. So, but for anybody who is new, there it is. Yeah, thank you, Ace. I appreciate that. This is bringing not all, but the vast majority of Iowa pro wrestling together right here. I mean, we have 6 different promotions that have signed up to be a part of this thing. Absolute Pro Wrestling, Madhouse Wrestling, Social Experiment Wrestling, Central Empire Wrestling, 3XW, and then also Impact Pro Wrestling. It's all going to go down West Des Moines at the Hall, August 23rd. Do we have a start time? Because that's probably going to have to be something like almost All In, where it starts at 1 in the afternoon, because we might go 14 fucking hours.
No. Doors 6:30, bell time at 7. Again, tickets are on the Madhouse Wrestling website, so madhousewrestling.com. Go ahead and get your tickets over there. Here's the deal. We still have a couple of the promotions involved. We have some shows still coming up before this one.
Mm-hmm.
But you are about to see, like, promoting for this thing to really pick up. And in the next few weeks, you may even start to see some match announcements for this. I just want to tell you, I've heard some of the things that may be happening. You guys don't want to miss it. This is going to be just a really great show, a really fun show. Obviously, this many people, it's going to be a battle royal. I think everybody knows that.
Something going on.
But I mean, there's going to probably be some really fun people in that. Like, it's just going to be a real fun night. So, and again, for a really great cause. So,
yep. And this will be the first time we're doing a show in the main portion of the hall. If anybody has checked out some of our previous social media posts or anything from the great Clinton Dye or Tag Team Wrestling, he posts a lot from our first couple shows at the hall. We were in their back room, kind of like their pseudo party room kind of area, and they have decided now that Absolute by itself can pack out the main room, and this will be out there as well. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. It will be fun. There's gonna be a lot of first time matches, a lot of interesting lineups for how these matches are going to go. Yeah, Battle Royal is very much in the cards, and there's gonna be some guys that that Ace and I aren't actually all that familiar with. I mean, we've Ace especially has worked with 4 different promotions now.
technically,
actually 5 of these 6 you've worked with.
Yeah, because there's 6 involved now. So out of the 6, technically, I've been involved with 5 of them.
Yes.
Before, obviously, right now, heydays with them. Absolute. We just had a killer show in Algona. We had a lot of fun. Madhouse. We just tore the house down in Rochester. We're getting ready for, gosh, what do we got? Well, Adventureland Oktoberfest. That's coming up in September. I think October, we have our no ring match in Des Moines. Just going to let them fight it out without a ring, guys. It's going to get crazy. And then, of course, November, we're coming back here. And then, actually, I had a conversation with Boss Man from CEW today. There might be some interesting things happening on the CEW front involving myself on it, actually. So, y'all have to stay tuned. We're building up. We got a big show August 2nd, Delta, Iowa. Literally, from what I've been told, the venue is basically the town, not even the gas station there. This fucking camera, I tell you what, dude. I tell you what. But yeah, dude, it's yeah. Stay tuned. There might
all
be
the best money, all the best technology money can buy right here between the two of us.
I literally bought this, right? JR is like, this has been like COVID happened. It just won't focus on my fucking forehead. High definition, my ass. Whatever. I don't care. Sorry, guys. So JR tells me to buy this shit during lockdown when him and I start that Mass Comedian X, whatever that show was called.
Yeah.
Xcast. And yeah. So this is what I buy. And it was doing this. It would always get itself out of focus constantly. And I was like, the fuck, man? You told me to buy this thing? What the fuck? And he's like, well, that's because you're running it on a Mac. I'm running on a PC, so I can control that. Well, you've been here since I've switched to a PC, and you've watched JR try to figure out where that control is to tell me so I can find it. And he can't find it. And this fucking out of focus shit still happens all the time.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
3 to 4 times a show.
Oh, I hate it.
I mean, I could say something very mean, but I'm not going to. Because honestly, if I said it, it wouldn't do anybody any good right now. And it's not true either, you know? Like what I was thinking in my head, it's not true. But yeah, no, it's again, back to what you're saying, though, Central Empire. Also, we could see you in a fucking suit come Bridge City Slam. That's what I was told this last week. And buy you. You gotta wear a suit for Bridge City Slam, man.
Oh, I don't have to. Boss Man. Well, here's the deal. Boss Man Bayless. And here's the cool thing about just getting to experience this last year and getting to work with these addict companies is they knew what they were getting. So like coming into CEW, coming into Social X, there was never do it this way, do it this way, do it this way. I don't want that. I don't want that. It was, well, no, we brought you here because we know what you can do. And I'm the guy that is always, any new promotion I go to, it's, do you have some, like, do I need to be in a suit? Do you have, like, you don't care at all, or it doesn't have to be a suit? Like, what do you want attire wise? Is there anything else? Like, I will always check those bases before I go to a new place because I need to know. I want, and like Pringle will tell you from my social X. I was like, what do you want? You want me in a suit? Typically, I'll just wear like jeans, a nice shirt, and a suit coat, maybe a tie. I don't typically, hey, buddy, I don't typically get full suited. I can, dude. When I was doing boxing and MMA ring announcing back in the day, when I was doing the bar gigs, I mean, that was suited every night, dude. I wouldn't dare wear whatever I wanted then, you know what I mean? But that was, early 2000s. So, yeah, anyways, Boss Man Bayless would not make me do it at CEW. He's already said that. And even for Bridge City, when I was like, well, maybe I should. And he's like, hey, you do whatever you want to do. But I made the decision that, no, Bridge City Slam is a big deal. That's a big show. It's CEW's biggest show of the year. It's a big show in the state of Iowa. So I'm going to treat it such. I'm going to give it its respect. So, yeah, I'm going to get the old suit tailored up because it's so fucking big. Because they don't make suits for short, fat guys that just fit good. So I got to go fucking get it all tailored up. But yeah, that's the plan. Is I'm gonna wear a suit for the first time in my ring announcing career in professional wrestling. The first time I'm ever gonna wear a suit in the ring is gonna probably be Bridge City Slam.
But no better occasion than with Bridge City Slam.
Not at all. And you guys are gonna be there. You, Tom, JR, maybe Whitney. We're gonna do a nice collab with the Shotgun Boy, Zach, and the Card Subject to Change boys. So we're going to have a little fun during that fan fest too. As we get closer, more details will come out about that. And then, of course, yeah, going to be a great show. Great show.
Yeah, we're going to be super busy at the end of the summer here. I mean, honestly, not only just the 23rd. I mean, obviously, you're always busy right now, but as far as the 2 count being involved with either Convergence or Bridge City, I mean, that's a lot right there. You and I are also going to be in Waterloo on the 30th of August for Absolute. So,
and speaking of Waterloo, yeah, I don't plan to really be around it this year, but this weekend is Hall of Fame. Go down there. There's a lot of great things going on. I plan on being down Saturday to be hanging out with the homie. Which, by the way, Mike, I told him you didn't know if you were coming, and yeah, I still don't know because I haven't heard since. But when you were here for the show in Rochester, I know we had talked to you. You had said you didn't know if you were going to be going down there for the Hall of Fame. Wes was a little bummed. He was really hoping to see you. When I told him, he's like, "What? You might not be there?"
Well, who doesn't love them some Malice? You know what I mean? Like,
right. And then, yeah, my plan. I got to work both jobs Friday, so I mean, I'm not going about to drive down to Waterloo at 9:00 because by the time I get there, everybody's going to be already drinking after the thing. I'm sure Wes will be already probably in bed or whatever, and I just don't feel like driving all the way down there just to go to sleep. And I don't have a room or anything. Like, if I stay overnight, I'm staying in Wes's room. But I think just schedule-wise, it just works out. Yeah, man. Mike, you're out, yeah. I think I'm literally just going to drive down Saturday morning, hang out with him for the day, because I don't think he really has to do anything other than chill till the show. Go watch the show, hang out for a little bit right after, maybe grab some food with him after the matches, and then I'm gonna just probably drive home. So it's gonna be a day shot. Yeah, that literally just go into yeah, just going to see the homie. That's really if he wasn't on it, I wouldn't be going at all this year, to be honest. I just so busy unless I'm there working. And also at this point, you guys are busy and just it's a lot of work. And at this point, we kind of weren't sold on going back to do the PA work that we've been doing the last couple of years over there. And this is months ago. We had decided this kind of before it was even asked if we wanted to come back. We did tell them no.
Yeah, but they also asked only like within the month.
Yeah, it is what it is. But
yeah, it's tough though, because like that's the thing. We already decided that we weren't.
But we knew months ago. Like JR just was kind of over it. You were kind of like, yeah. And again, everybody's so busy. It's like that's now another free weekend. Again, and doing the PA stuff's fun, but at this point, it's like I'd rather go because we're doing the show,
correct,
or whatever. Wes and I usually do the live podcast. They did ask us if we wanted to do that. To be real honest, I think Wes forgot. I did ask him about it. He told me he wanted to think about it. that was the last we ever talked to that, and never responded back. And so
you're gonna be forced to do it.
So we're not. No, we're not. It's not on the. It's not being advertised. Like they just took it as a no.
If one person sees you, they're gonna be like,
well, but that's why I will only be literally at the hotel with Wes, and then at the show and coming home.
right.
I'm not stepping foot into the actual Hall of Fame museum. I'm not going to be there at all Friday with all the events and the banquet. I'm just gonna be real in and out. Really just going because my friend's there,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not sure how many more years he's gonna be at that show. So got to go when he can because I can't fucking afford going to Orlando a whole bunch. It's not fun. But anyways, yeah. It'll be a cool show, though. We know some people on it. It'll be a lot of big names, as always. A lot of big names. But yeah, man, it's kind of actually nice knowing I don't have to work a show this weekend or the weekend after.
Right? I mean, again, you're always doing something. I mean, 3X, or not 3X, excuse me, Social X, Central Empire, Absolute, Madhouse. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Also, real quick, just because he they made our theme song, and our friends, and I heard he did great. Obadiah King Saturday at the Madhouse Party show too. Heard he killed it. But in case you didn't know, Chuckadelic album release show, July 25th. Come on out, hang out. It's gonna be a good night. Fillmore, Minneapolis. I got my tickets. Y'all should get yours. It's gonna be a real good show. If you haven't seen him with the band, like the full band, that shit's always a good time.
It is. It's truly one of a kind experience, and every show of his is a little bit different too. So, Nerdy is one of those again top shelf individuals that we get to hang out with.
So All In was great.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch it because it was.
Oh, I thought you watched it.
No, I did highlights. By the time I got home on Sunday morning, technically it was almost 3:30. I was kind of just like, all right, thank God I have Sunday to sleep in, and then the open mic got canceled, so I ended up just watching Evolution. But I'm like, I'm so damn tired, man. Like, I just kind of zoned out, went and worked out a little bit just to get something going, and then hit some balls at the driving range, man. So not a full round of golf or anything, just hitting the balls at the driving range.
Yeah, I had a pretty decent round going Sunday morning until I fucking collapsed on the last 4 holes. Still shot at 98, but major collapse on the last 4 holes. The rest of the round was fucking easy peasy.
Right? How dare you, Mike? That was. He cried afterwards, man. He won the title that his brother made famous, or whatever the fuck it is.
I think my thing with that is I feel like they did it because they're like, he deserves a title. And I get that because he's never really held anything under the monarchy of Dustin Reynolds, right? But can we not can we not pretend though he held tag team titles and intercontinental titles in WWE as Goldust and had some pretty fucking fun runs?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like it overall was the whole, you've done so much for us, we owe you this, right? Or it was either that, or it was again, well, he deserves this. He paid his dues, and it's like, well, yeah, but also he's been a champ quite a few times in his previous gimmicks. So I really do get the feel that it's like, we owe you this, but it's like, but do you? Because you have such, and that's just it. It's a transition title. But it's like, also, you have such a giant locker room. And this goes for the 2 major companies right now. You have such a giant locker room that it's like, you got talent. You don't need to have this transition of somebody holding it for a second just so they could get it onto somebody else. Just throw that fucker in there. Be creative. Find an interesting way to pique your... I'll bet I thought, what the fuck are Charlotte and Alexa Bliss tag team partner? Why are we getting this? Why is this whole thing about Alexa? Blah, blah, blah? But the fucking now that we saw Evolution, it's like, oh, well, how else can you make Charlotte a babyface at this point? She's built so many years of fucking heat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's put her with the fucking uber over girl who was gone for a fucking year and no one thought she was coming back, and also is still playing this gimmick that was given to her by Rotunda, and kind of honoring that legacy still with Bo and all of it. Like, it was like, but it was like, oh, it almost made Charlotte more human when she pulled Bliss out from that spear. Yeah, no, if AEW is smart, Mike, that's exactly what they would do. One for the puppet, one for her with the fucking mascot. Like, literally, just fucking give her everything they got. Let her book the whole show at this point. Like, she is literally the most entertaining thing in AEW. And when I say entertaining, I mean all around entertaining.
Yeah, not just on the mic.
Not just a wrestler. She's comedically hilarious. Like, timing is amazing. A fucking ventriloquist or whatever, how you fucking say it.
Ventriloquist, yes.
Like, I hate puppets. I hate them.
But you love puppets dressed like Mercedes Moné.
Fuck it, Jeff Dunham, dude. That shit's so fucking, like, just be funny. Like,
True.
You need a fucking pepper on a stick and a fucking Mexican accent to get people to laugh at your shit. Like, just be funny.
Well, part of what I always tell about, like, Jeff Dunham, and especially like that kind of level of ventriloquist, is like, all right, man, listen, like, people already think that comics are crazy. Now you're talking to yourself on stage, brother. Like
at least what, Terry Fader, I think it was the first guy that did it on America's Got Talent or whatever. There's the little blonde chick, the kid.
Yeah.
And the thing about them, though, is, they did, and this is where Harley falls in too. Yeah, they could do the puppet. But the thing they can do that Jeff Dunham can't do is they can make those puppets fucking sing in a million different voices, and it sounds amazing still.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's a fucking talent, dude. That whole thing is just talent. So, like, yeah, fuck.
Well, yeah, her being attractive is a great extra bonus. But, you know, Jeff Dunham could get, like, a nose job and still not be fucking talent. One little quick thing about Dustin Rhodes, though, too. Obviously, he was the U.S. champion in WCW way back in the day, tag team champions with his dad, I believe, and then fucking Lex Luger or something like that. I don't know. Somebody along the way. But, yeah, a very long run. But also, I think this is what they're setting up to blow up the Sons of Texas, him and Guevara anyways, because you saw how Guevara looked at the end of the match. If anybody did see him, just the clips of it, you know, kind of jealous about not getting that title. But he's a 4-time or something like that TNT champion. He doesn't really need it again. Sammy should be doing something else. So, you know, yeah, technically Dustin holding 3 different titles right now. The ROH tag team with Sammy, the trios with 6-man over there with the Von Erich boys, and now he's the TNT champion. I mean, I like to see that kind of multiple belt holders, you know, different divisions, if you will. Not really like Mercedes right now, where it's every title that companies just don't either care about or think that you're enhancing. And she is enhancing a lot of those and stuff. So,
yeah, I mean,
ugh. Oh, they were on the show, weren't they? Yeah. Well, maybe they are. I don't know. They're going to sign Sting's kids. That's for dang sure. Eventually.
Are they all wrestling, or is it just one?
Both. I think both of those sons are wrestling. I got Kelly Berger calling me right now.
What's a Kelly Berg?
Kelly Berger, he's a comedian. He's very autistic. He calls it really weird times.
Yeah.
I'm not going to answer it, though, because that's a JR thing to do.
I'm about to fucking throw this camera at the wall, bro.
Bruh. Obviously, yeah, you know, transition champion, Adam Cole, fucking another concussion.
Keep talking.
Okay. I was going to say, why is Kelly Berger calling me yet again? Like he doesn't know I'm on a show. Fucking guy. Anyhow, yeah, Adam Cole, obviously, another concussion, major issues there. But even that, you know, you didn't put one of the Paragon guys in there. Like, you could have had Roddy fight for that title. You could have had Kyle O'Reilly in there, too. I mean, we saw the Kyle's match, O'Reilly and Fletcher, not too long ago. That was fucking beer. Oh. It makes me burp every damn time. But anyhow, like that was a hell of a match. Why would you put Kyle O'Reilly in there as far as another Paragon guy just being able to at least?
This is stupid. I have to like crouch down. Do I look all right? Do I look normal? This thing's like way low. Maybe if
You look great, bro. You look fantastic. Don't sweat it.
You know what I didn't realize till I watched it finally? You were very Shane Gillis-esque.
Oh shit. With this or
just in your like mannerisms and how you talk? Because I finally watched Tires, which hilarious.
Tires is hilarious.
It really is. But I was like, oh, that kind of reminds me of Tom.
I've heard this before, and I'm not happy about it all the time.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Okay. Dustin is now showing his age. Amazing that took this long. Yeah, that's actually true. It's just hard for me to watch legends struggle. I'll BJ Penn and Tony. Yeah, I'm obviously MMA. You know, when you get those guys that get to be old timers like that, BJ Penn should have been done. Honestly, after he won a title, he should probably just fucking retired. I mean, you can't really beat the prodigy and just keep going until you're fucking 40s. And Ferguson, I think he just wanted to die in the ring, to be real fair. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, Dustin's, you know, he is showing that age. He's a little slower, but you know, he's upper 50s now, pushing 60 or something. That's the thing. Sting's like 62. Like, they're not that far off in age, those two. People forget Dustin Rhodes, just because he doesn't have a world title. Like, you know, he probably should have. Honestly, if Dustin Rhodes probably would have stayed in WCW and, you know, outlasted his dad and been there when Bischoff was around, I'm sure he would have found his way towards at least a title opportunity or two. But things is Flair, but Jericho and Hardy are hard to watch now too. You know, honestly, yeah, both Hardys are. It's a different story. No, you're right. Sting showed the same, but also Sting started jumping off of shit where we're like, I ain't never seen him jump off of shit before. The fuck? He's going out above the like an entryway and stuff like that. He's jumping off you know, from the stands and stuff. Like, Sting just started doing some stuff we didn't see him do before. The Hardys are really hard to like say that they weren't showing their age when they first arrived in TNA. Like, you know, back in the day with Jeff Hardy and stuff like that there too, you know, like I think some of those drugs really slowed him down for sure. And, you know, I know both those guys have had at least, I think, both of them Deweys. So that's a whole nother thing too. But, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, this is slowing me down too, but so good.
Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can find something to fix this fucking camera.
Don't worry about it, man. I got you.
Because this is great. Everybody, look at my fucking man boobs right now. This is lovely.
No, that's fine, man. It's okay.
I just need it to be like just a little bit. Fuck you, Jake.
Well, yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, death matches are
there we
form. To be able to at least do some of those things, those spots. You know, you can take a chair shot because you know how to protect yourself enough, but you know, I don't have to worry about taking a jump off the top rope either, you know. So, but yeah, I mean,
so
all in was great, but you know, the biggest story and the best news of the weekend is that Goldberg's finally fucking retired.
Woo!
Finally.
I like that Bret Hart tweeted out like, I'd have cut his mic off way sooner. I was like, wow, I actually agree with Bret Hart for once.
To fucking talking to Bret, he would have cut the fucking show as soon as they started. He would be like, cool.
But here's the deal, dude. Like, there's just no fucking reason for it.
To talk that long?
No, for Goldberg to come back. Like,
never.
No one. The only person that wanted that match was him. The only person.
There it is, Mike. Yep. Goldberg.
God,
Mark Goldberg.
You were the third person to tell me that today.
I mean, that's not a surprise. I did actually see a reel the other day, yesterday, that said Goldberg is not actually a pro wrestler. He never developed a skill set. He had 2 moves, and if he went longer than 5 minutes, he got fucking lost. He never cared about the fucking business. He cared about the fucking paycheck, and he had a good look.
And here's the deal. He can say he cared. But the bottom line is he was in a company where the Bookers told him, hey, you're going to go undefeated because you look like a fucking monster. All right. You're going to go to, like, they did him the disservice that they built him up with so little that he bought into his own hype. To this day, buys into his own hype that he is a great professional wrestler. He's not. The minute he went somewhere where they actually were going to try to use him in real story and real professional wrestling matches, he lasted, 3 months in WWE? And they're like, okay, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, you can't hang. And they gave him top of the top at that time. They gave him The Rock. They gave him Brock Lesnar. They gave him Triple H.
Yeah.
He got the top of the top, and he couldn't fucking hang. And that's the difference, because you can try to be like, oh, every other WCW guy who jumped ship eventually, the Steiners, Guerrero, Malenko, fucking, Booker T, all these guys, they were able to hang because they all knew the real business of professional wrestling. They had the respect for it. They went through the proper channels of training and being taught on the road and learning from their veterans, where, again, Goldberg came in, he had a look. He was one of the first guys that had a look. And he was a football player, so if he could spear, and then it's not hard to lift someone up and just let them drop, like, right? Plus, once you get them up, they're the person you're holding up is basically doing the supporting on that. You're just making sure you don't fucking drop them. Like, it could have been, and the way that they just fumbled that booking too, like giving away him in the Hogan match in the Georgia Dome on a Nitro instead of a pay-per-view. Like, obviously, no one took you serious, Goldberg. And then when you went to the place that they tried to take you serious, you fucking sucked. So when WWE tweeted out something about, it was the whole clip of him doing the speech, but then they were like, the last time we'll see the legend Goldberg, I literally retweeted it. Their tweet was like, do you promise? Like, for the love of fucking God. Like, if he comes back, someone chop his foot off so he just can't do anything. Like, he's awful. And like you said, and like Mike said, Goldberg is the biggest Goldberg mark.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like, how fucking dumb are you that if that is what if the business you claim you're a legend in nowadays, that is the talk about you?
Well, and even that, like, I didn't watch, because what he actually said after his match was pretty short. And then you have fucking Cody Rhodes come out and say, like, he's one of the greatest Georgians of all time. First of all, I don't know if you really want to tell a Jewish guy he's one of the best Southern guys of all time, because I feel like they all already went through enough. But also, who gives a shit? I mean, Bobby the Bulldog and all that sort of shit. Like, cool.
Also, they own WCW at this point, so can't they just say he was like the best of WCW?
Well, but yeah, did you see who was behind him though? Like, DDP was behind him, Ernest Cat Miller was behind him. Like, they probably would have jumped up if Cody would have fucking said something like he was the best in WCW, because both of those guys fucking worked their asses off.
Oh yeah, they all would have been like, yeah, that's a lie.
Second generation wrestler of Titus O'Neil, Mark Henry, or Goldberg's kids. Mark Henry's kid is probably going to end up being the best. Titus O'Neil, like,
because here's the deal: wherever Goldberg's kid's going to go, he's hopefully is going to get properly trained and all that shit, and learn that there's more to a wrestling match and wrestling psychology than blah blah blah. Okay, I'm done.
You can cut yourself every time you got to fucking go out for a match. Like, all of a sudden you're going to slam your head against the goddamn locker. This isn't the fucking football, man. Like, you don't have a goddamn helmet on. Like, oh, let's always have this fucking.
Yeah, dude.
He's real fucking tender.
The worry is, the kid's just gonna be like, I can get, and I hope not. I really hope not. But like, it's like,
well, yeah, the old school way, like, yeah, we need to make some money.
But here's the deal, though. Like, the thing with Goldberg, though, is there is a very, very, very large audience who bought into it. I know certain people who will die on their grave saying that he was one of the best wrestlers ever.
Well, how do you think?
And these are people who, like, know wrestling and whatever, but they bought into it so hard when they first saw him, they were young, whatever, that they still hold on to it. And it's like, dude, anyone could see this guy has no business in a wrestling ring. That would literally be like if I became champ of Madhouse the next show. Because like, what I mean, like, literally, it's just, you're just taking a big guy. Obviously, I'm not big in his way. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm just fat, but like, I could literally go in there and spear someone and whatever. But like, that's what you're doing, though. You're taking someone who, okay, maybe I'm a bad example because I at least understand the business and have respect for it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're essentially taking just like someone from the crowd and being like, oh, you look good. Here's our plan. And then they just, yeah. Because he got the Hall of Fame too, didn't he, in WWE?
Yeah,
He's
they were putting the whole.
He's technically a Hall of Famer. I'm sure he'll be in the old Waterloo Hall of Fame eventually too. Because again, that's where you see all these things are bullshit. And really, it's not. Hi, Kitty. Like, what did you just do?
We have another partner on the show.
Ah, Kitty.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. He'll do the independent Hall of Fames here and there just to get a booking and stuff, keep the name relevant, sell some fucking Legends merch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If I can pop Tom, gosh, your knife isn't pathetic. There's a lot of people want to pop me and stuff. You got me pretty good on this one.
Oh, watch out.
CTE.
Good thing that was really close and you couldn't tell what that was. That was total cat butt hole right there. You go. Just almost got.
No, I mean, and it's not even like I'm trying to distract from other events that happen as far as actual wrestling, but I just wanted to make sure we all are on the same page that he should never see a ring again. I hope his kid is good. I mean, he's going to obviously have to get trained.
I don't. Like, here's the deal. I didn't like the Steiners either, so, like, fuck Braun Breaker. So I will have that same attitude for the Goldberg kid. Fuck him. I will already say it right now. Fuck you, Goldberg kid. You're going to suck.
I mean, all right. Here's the thing. How would you feel being Rick Steiner, though, where your kid emulates more of his uncle than you, and also he has a fucking tattoo that is basically a little tribal homage to Goldberg? Braun Breaker.
Here's the deal. Here's the thing. Here is the thing, though. And this is where, when you have the right people involved, you can turn fucking coal into a diamond, right? I still am not a fan, right? But here's the deal. I'm never going to deny if I see improvement or if I see, well, I don't have to like it because there's people who do. And the thing with Braun, he had that. People did like him. It just wasn't for me. But God damn it, you put Paul Heyman in anybody's fucking corner, you're going to sell me on it. And God damn it, did Paul Heyman's promo last night before he ran that gauntlet match again still be like, I don't like him. But I get it. But I fucking get it.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Paul Heyman was able to do that for Roman Reigns. The bloodline, OTC, the tribal chief, the majority of all that is very much in debt to Paul Heyman for putting it over the way he did. Because, dude, how many people were sick of fucking Roman Reigns being shoved down your throat as a babyface?
Oh, so many.
Well, I was at WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, where the main event was Triple H and Roman Reigns, and everyone booed during the entire match, and it was directly at Roman Reigns. Also, it was about 4.5 hours in already, 5 hours in. That was like the first time they ever went really, really long. So everybody was already pissed too, because we're all like, Jesus fuck, can we go home already? And to end it with that piece of shit. But you take him away, and you know, shooting right now, like obviously him having cancer and all that shit, that's a real deal, and fucking good on him. And no one wants that. No one would wish that. You know what I mean? So that is a big deal for Roman Reigns. But for him to come back and be that heel guy and then put Heyman in there to add just that legitimacy to it, because he's always been able to do that. Dude, I love Roman Reigns. I popped that he came back last night. And now he's like fucking staring down Paul Heyman and his guys. Like, I love it.
Right.
Like, and that would have never happened without Paul Heyman. So they're smart enough to put Breaker there. I still think Bronson Reed don't need it, but yeah, because he is a monster. He can get away with not having to talk because he's a fucking just a massive human.
Well, and even back to Mike's point here, yeah, poor Braun and Bronson with Rollins' injury.
Yeah.
I did see an article that was very stupid, and they pointed out, like, well, who's who you could possibly put in Rollins' place? And they suggested CM Punk. I'm like, are you out of your damn mind?
Well,
that
and it
group
won't.
goes nowhere if CM Punk is.
But and here's the deal, and here's what I hope we see happen. I doubt it will because lately now, well, and I get it. You're not putting
Well, it's true. Tibbs
you're
never the
not,
rich guys, yeah.
because like here's the deal, like back in the 90s, back in the early 2000s, someone get hurt, there was always a chance that we'd still see them involved.
Right.
You know, they'd still lead their faction. They're just out of action.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of those times that, and I get why that doesn't happen as much anymore, because now when people are really hurt, they let them go home and rest and heal and not keep them on the fucking road. So I get it. It's for good reason. But I think with this one, because let's be honest, that was about to blow up. Seth and Paul together, and then you throw fucking two monsters with them, even if one of them's kind of an idiot, it's gonna work. I'm in. So he's one of those ones that, like, he doesn't have to be cleared for action, but if you can bring him back maybe a month or two before he gets cleared for action, just so he's back and be a mouthpiece to help further shit with these guys, but then eventually, because then you can even play the angle that once he gets cleared, keep it under wraps. They've been doing really good about not letting shit out. You know, we've talked about that recently on WWE. So this could be another one. What's up, Go Bills? Where he gets cleared, but they go 2 more months with him wearing a fucking cast or something on his leg, to then all of a sudden to get up one day out of the chair or crutches or take the cast on, beat the fuck out of Roman Reigns. Because honestly, that's where this has to go. We want to see Roman Reigns take on Seth Rollins. We want to see the Shield brothers fucking settle it once and for all, right? That's what we want. I'm so used to looking up. Sorry, guys. Camera's right there. That, like, I don't know. That's just what I hope. It's very unfortunate, you know. Love for Seth, because Tom and I are lucky enough to get to work with some of his fucking students, and they're great wrestlers, great people. So, you know, feel like we have like ties to him. So it's like, hey man, that's an Iowa boy too, and we got, you know, some of his boys are in our circles at some of our companies. So, you know, we don't want to see him get hurt, but. You're gonna put LA Bot, not bad. Yeah, 100. There's ways. So hopefully, you know, hopefully it continues. But yeah, it would really really work. But
well, especially considering he didn't start the group, and then also it defeats the whole what you just did with the storyline. I mean, again, where Heyman chose the third out of the 3, you know, the only other person he hasn't worked with in that group, he chose him at WrestleMania, and then you would be like, oh no, but Punk can be there. I was like, this is either written by somebody who's a complete fucking moron, excuse my language, or somebody who's a complete and utter fucking moron.
Well, here's what's hard, man, is that because I followed so many wrestling stuff on social media, right, pages and groups and shit for so many years that it's gotten bad. Like, I find myself actually unfollowing a lot of them in the last like 6 months. Like just like back in the Attitude Era and the Monday Night Wars, obviously there's always debate, like who's better, AEW, WWE. And I think we've done a good job as of late of getting away from that and just appreciating wrestling for what it is. And I think being in the business now has a lot to do with that, for at least me and you. And JR too, because he's been around, and even fucking Whitney. She's been in the ring once or twice now. She's gotten a feel for it. So I have a very short fuse now, because now at this point it's like we know some people who are maybe getting looked at, and they may, and you know what, fucking anyone that we work with that we've had, you know, friendships with over doing shows get signed somewhere. I don't care where they're getting signed, they got signed. Fucking right. Good on you for reaching a dream. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter where AEW, it doesn't matter. Are there things we wish each company did better? Yeah. 100%. Dude, I'll tell you right now, if Vince was still running WWE, if he was still running WWE, you would have never saw Roman Reigns come back last night. He would have came back at Saturday Night Main Event to have it be the last thing talked about on Saturday night, right after All In, because he is a fucking spiteful motherfucker.
Right.
I kind of like the fact that they didn't waste it on Saturday night to add more shit. And then it also made sense. Like, yeah, okay, we don't want to. And I'm not saying that they literally had a discussion where like, we don't want to take away from AEW, but also they're not dumb. It's one of the biggest shows of the year for AEW. It's in a big stadium. It's selling a lot of tickets. It's going to get a lot of pay-per-view buys. Some of the best storylines is getting there. You know what I mean? And like, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, Goldberg doesn't matter to us. He's here for 4 weeks.
Yep.
Where can we have his payoff that's not taking spots on a bigger show? Oh, Saturday night main event, the night that All In's happening. People watch it, they watch it. People don't, they don't. They knew they weren't gonna take a hit. Like they were, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and
I get that, but at the end of the day, I feel when you say AEW is center, and this is not just you, Mike. This is anyone who uses this as an argument where, well, it's more centered towards wrestling, and WWE is more entertainment. You're shitting on the talent now because they're wrestlers in both of those locker rooms. It's some of it has more storyline, and some of it, and here's the deal: when you look at how they all came to be, AEW basically became a giant indie company. Right, so they run an indie style show where there isn't, and honestly, being on the indie scene, we see this a lot with companies around, all over the Midwest, where you're an independent promotion. Why are you writing stories like you have a TV show? You don't need it.
Because they're watching me on YouTube.
Well, no, and it's not a knock at anyone we work with, because the people we work with put their shit online so people can watch it. But there's a lot of companies that don't, but they still try to build these storylines that go over 3 months. And it's like, guys, you don't need that. You're an independent company. You have no TV deal that people are tuning in weekly. You're not, it's Ricochet, I think. I don't know what Ricochet's deal is, dude, to be honest, because I think he's just having fun shitting on everything.
Yeah, no, I think that's all, you're allowing him to kind of be that nerdy heel, which we don't normally see, because there's a lot of people in the internet wrestling community that's all they really are.
Yeah, well, and that's just it. And that's like I said, so like a Ricochet, obviously, he's a phenomenal athlete, right?
Right.
Like Mike's saying. So he's going to get over better in AEW, and he's going to have way better TV time. He's going to have, because honestly, let's think about it. What was before AEW, including WWE and stuff and everything else he did before? What was his best TV before AEW? It wasn't WWE.
No, it was probably his, Super Juniors stuff in New Japan.
I wouldn't even say that. It was definitely Lucha Underground.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot that, but also
Prince Puma was so fucking over.
Mm-hmm.
The motherfucker had a mask on. He didn't have to do a lot of talking. You know what I mean? Prince Puma. Fucking Mike knew. You suck, Tom.
Hey, man, calm down. First of all, you're talking an awful lot, man. Like, I feel like I haven't been able to get a lot of fucking things in here, man. You're going on a bit of a rant without JR or Whitney here to.
Oh, go ahead. What do you want to say?
No, I mean, like, you had so much there. I just didn't know where the fuck to go with some of this stuff. I was just, trying to like jump in where I could, but all of a sudden you just kind of kept going. I was, okay. Yeah. No, anyhow, not to like throw a fucking wrench in or anything like that, but no, you're right. I mean, there's a lot of things going back and forth and stuff like that. I mean, we always celebrate people who we do know doing some of these shows. Obviously we, anytime come through and all the enhancement talents that are needed and stuff as far as local people. Obviously, we've seen Maggie Lee sign with TNA and everything like that too. We have the pleasure of working with her before. But it is really weird. And I was going to ask this question too, and this is where maybe I, get you back going again. But do you think, with all the stuff you followed on social media and all that sort of stuff, do you think it's harder to watch and hear some of these rants from people who are just fans when
it makes it hard? It does, right?
Yeah. Because a lot of these things that people are always saying, I'm always like, you don't know anything other than what you see, though. Like, me and Mike had these kind of conversations.
Yeah, Mike.
Mike's very well, he's very knowledgeable about wrestling and so that, but.
No, he's super smart.
Yeah.
But that's just it. Like, people like Mike, though, have a respect for the business.
Right.
Because they appreciate it. It's something they love. Because like most of us, we all hooked onto this at a young age. And for a lot of us, it stuck. Obviously, I'm 43 now, and the first show I remember watching was 3-4 years old, WrestleMania, like 2 or 3 or some shit. So like, obviously, this is something that, and then you see, hey buddy, and then you see these people. Well, there's just a lot of people, dude, who just are out there to just stir the pot, right?
Yeah, the internet trolls, especially in the internet wrestling community, stirring up shit and talking shit just to try and get a rise. And they're like, "Oh, dude, it was just a fucking joke." It's like, yeah, but I could tear you apart, man. Like, not like physically tear you apart, but I could verbally tear you to fucking pieces. Joshua Joseph's making his monthly appearance, semi-monthly.
He was like here a week or two ago.
Yeah, that was a different month, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, dude, that's why I started unfollowing a lot of things, because it was becoming so. I mean, maybe just because he's got a shitload of ring time under his belt now, and I think he's had to get a little bit harder. Here's the deal.
You go back to TNA or
he's an interesting figure. Like, I want to like him, and he's been cool to us before, but he's also was kind of a dick once too, but also cool. Like, I don't know. Like, here's the deal is, again, too, right? It comes down to, can you hang if you're getting thrown in the ring with some high level talent, right? And at that time against the vaudevillains, Elmo has been trolling. I saw some of that. Vaudevillains, at the time when they had that match, they both were off of just hot runs in NXT. They were just on the main roster, and everybody knew that the Vaudevillains were quality, especially Gotch. That guy's a wrestler.
Right.
So, yeah, he couldn't hang. Cass could. He couldn't. He about killed himself. And I think that does something. And then you lose your job, right?
Yep.
And then you're on the indie scene. I think the biggest thing he did that I was like, you're a fucking idiot. And maybe if he never comes back, this might be why. But who knows? Do you remember when he showed up randomly at a pay-per-view? Him and some dude bought a ticket, and they sat in the crowd, and then right before the tag championship match came on. This is after he was fired. Again, he did this on his own. He takes the hoodie. He had a hat, hoodie, and glasses on. I remember this. I wish I remember the pay-per-view, but I remember watching this with some friends. And I even said it. We were watching, and I was like, dude, he stood out. He was second row. He stood out on camera side. And I'm just like, yeah, Josh knows what I'm talking about. And I was like, God. I finally said, I'm like, that looks like Enzo in the crowd with the hat and the hoodie over it. Like, it looks a lot like, I don't know why, just something about it. I was like, that looks like Enzo. And sure as shit, like 20 minutes later, you just see cameras like go off. And then you see he had someone record it, so it was online. He stands up on his chair, you don't remember this time? Takes his hoodie off.
I don't know.
And like just starts going off about, oh, he's the shit. And like they legit had to like carry him out of the arena. It was the craziest fucking thing, dude.
Well, and I'll say this.
But that's the thing. Real quick. That's the mentality of just a guy who thinks he's an entertainer and wants to get over at that time. He's grown probably since then.
Yeah.
Where, okay, that's not how you go about getting back into the wrestling. But yes, Payback 2016. There it is, Josh. Thank you.
God, so long ago, man. Anything pre-COVID feels so long ago, and not all that long ago. But no, I was just gonna say this though too. Like, anything with Enzo and Cass, and the Vaudevillains. I mean, fucking even what was that like rip-off Road Warriors Demolition Team? The Ascension.
Yeah.
You move them up from NXT into an area where you don't even have fucking tag team titles really going. Like outside of the New Day and the Usos, you didn't have fucking tag team wrestling. I mean, really, even that WWE still didn't have fucking tag team wrestling, right? I mean, you have titles. It's great that the White Six has a set of titles. Is New Day the other ones? I don't even.
Oh, they lost theirs. I thought they lost it.
Oh, Street Profits is the other one.
And yeah,
but I gotta think about who the fuck it is, and even that, like AEW's tag teams has fallen off because, I mean, I didn't appreciate a fucking triple threat where two teams were kind of just thrown together. Like, Hurt Syndicate is one thing too, but like, this last week, why am I seeing Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight, and then also Christian Cage and Nick Wayne, when those aren't real proper tag teams, and FTR had nothing to fucking do. Like,
okay. So I saw the highlights. What was that all about? Because then they were just on commentary.
They were on commentary for it, saying that they deserve a shot, which they do, and I guess they'll get a shot at the next event or whatever. But that's cool. That's picking up steam, Josh and Joseph. But also, I don't know. I mean, I just haven't seen them fucking give a shit since, I don't know, fucking TLCs and the fucking New Age Outlaws. Like, honestly, that's about it, right? Hardys, the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, and then the New Age Outlaws, and maybe the APA. Honestly, they haven't given shit since the 90s, man, for tag teams, really.
Well, you know what it was? Wasn't Dusty a big fan of tags? So, obviously when he's agent backstage in, Attitude Era and after, obviously you saw a lot of that.
No, I mean, that's great.
I think overall, just in wrestling.
Yeah. The Outrunners, by the way, they need to fucking be more involved as far as tag team. I'm sorry, go ahead. But yeah,
that's just it. Period. Wrestling period just needs to acknowledge on a bigger scale tag teams more.
Well, because that's the thing. It's first of all, it's a different style than singles wrestling, anyways, and that's why I always think it's a needed aspect, because there is some guys who just will work better as a tag team. Truly do, since Mania, second TLC match, I feel a big portion. Well, honestly, with 2 nights of fucking SummerSlam, which, by the way, we'll probably get into, because that's only in 2 weeks, by the way. So, or 3 weeks. Excuse me. I mean,
yeah, I was thinking about that too. I know I have a show on the 2nd.
Yeah, yours is much farther than mine, but maybe you want to try and do Sunday.
I mean, maybe not in person. Maybe we'll just do an online deal.
That might be the way to go.
It'd be a lot of drive. I mean, that or I can come to you guys, but also I don't know if I'm gonna really feel like driving up to you guys after a 4-hour drive home Sunday to then drive another hour and 20. Maybe we'll do a Sunday night SummerSlam watch along. We all won't be in the same room.
Buy it this way.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll just yell at Whitney constantly. Whitney, what? I'm just watching. No, you gotta throw.
By the way, we gotta get homegirl a setup, like headphones and a mic. Can't keep hearing her fucking TV in the background.
So that was the thing, when my Roadcaster was going down on me or whatever, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on, I tried to use my old fucking single mic setup, and that thing just, I don't know, it aged fucking terrible when it wasn't being used. So now I gotta go find. Yeah. I mean, by the way, if anybody's looking to get into podcasting, by the way, so we're gonna miss our time at the Hall of Fame weekend this year, but Ace and I were reminiscing about the 2 times we did a podcast collective. The first time he was sick and I was hungover as a motherfucker, so JR and I did it, and then we were overshadowed by the AWA Unleashed or whatever podcast. And then the second year, no one showed up to be the host of it, so I just grabbed the mic and I'm hosting it. It's basically the exact same fucking panel. So, but we even said, one guy asked, well, what do you guys do, for technology wise? How do you do a setup? I'm like, find yourself a cheap mixer that has a USB port and that you can get into a system. I mean, we use everything from OBS Ninja or whatever to StreamYard, and we might have to find a different fucking venue because StreamYard's a pain in the ass. But this isn't. I'm not gonna say this isn't hard, because it is hard to actually kind of come up with content. But the 4 of us that are the normal hosts, we've all been around and been able to talk as a semi-profession or a profession for a while. Ace and JR with their radio backgrounds, JR and I just being comedians. Whitney feels like she probably should be getting paid to talk. So, that's part of it too. You got so many people who get into podcasting that, I don't know what it is. They just want to hear themselves talk? I don't know what the fuck it is, but what's your new, what do you mean, mixer or new system or new platform? What are we talking about, Josh and Joseph? Are you still doing that in your house thing? Or what? Not in your house. What's your podcast again, Josh and Joseph? It's been a while. But anyhow, That's just a little extra shit. But I don't know, man. How many times do you get sent the clip of Tony Storm and going down on Mercedes Monet? How many times do you get sent that? I got that fucking 5 times.
Not seen it at all.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no. But what I was gonna say is let's get into Evolution, and we'll probably wrap up a little early tonight. Just because I'm tired. It's been a day. It's been a week. I'm in training.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it's an 8 and then polished. Yeah, it can be developed. I mean, technically, you can train people to do this. I mean, Ace went through radio school. They have to have plenty of people who graduated and stayed in the business. Were you disappointed with how much or how little money there was in radio when you first got out of college?
No. I knew what I was getting into. I knew there was no money.
In your house. Okay.
I just wanted to be in broadcasting, and I interned my senior year at one of the local news stations, and that sucked because it was just so politicky, and they hated each other, dude. Like behind the scenes, they hated each other because they're all trying to get more camera time.
Right.
And I was like, ugh, I just want to have fun. So I knew there was going to be no money. Yeah, I knew this. But the thing is, it ended up being very politicky too, and I kind of got fucked over, and that's why I ended up leaving radio, which radio's basically dead now anyway. So whatever.
It is.
You know, I see, and I don't know. Like you and JR do stand up. Like you guys know how to talk to people. I did radio, but like. I think learning how to actually, because I will tell you, there's 2 things that got me to the point that like, because there's people who have, hey, you have a really good voice, like you sound good, but that doesn't come with the personality to be able to interact and engage the audience, though. Right. So there was really 2 things that I cut my teeth on that I didn't know I would end up doing when I got out of radio school. And that was bar DJing. I mean, I had to learn how to deal with obnoxious drunk people, but I also had to learn how to basically get them in the palm of my hand to do what we wanted them to do. You know what I mean? And the other one, and this is the bigger one, doing like 8 years of being a wedding DJ, you have to learn to cater to every fucking kind of person there is. Everyone. And doing 8 years of that for like 8 months out of the year, every Friday and Saturday, you just learn, which is why, and I don't ever want to sound like an ass, but JR, I think, would vouch on this. I'm by no means was I like a great comedian at all, but I was better than some of the other fuckers that did open mic the first time I ever did it. But that came because I had, at the time, I was a bar DJ. I was on the radio station. I was doing weddings. So I already kind of knew how to make people laugh and engage and shit like that. So you got to. So I don't know, man. You can learn it, but you got to learn it the right way. Like, I know you've done announcing. I know you've hosted things, and all of those things is what shapes you.
It's true. I mean, I've never had a problem with public speaking anyways, but no, I mean, doing public address stuff back in college.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah. Josh, by the way, I wasn't trying to talk down to you, by the way. I was just,
he's a dick, Josh.
I know. I wasn't trying to talk down to, but no, the thing was, like, you know, I didn't have a problem with saying, you know, speaking in public. I've messed up before. Fuck. I hate bingo, and I got asked to guest host for bingo last Friday. And you know what number I didn't think I was going to fucking mess up? Any of the O's. I'm familiar with O. Fuck, it's right in the middle of my goddamn first name, Tom. It's right there in the middle. I said I-65 fucking twice. Twice in different games. Go to Tom and I's college, you get good practice because you have to carry the conversation because of the social awkward homeschool kids. You know, One of my favorite jokes I used to tell was when I talked about like so people from college being socially awkward, because I used to say the R word there, socially R word. And like one time this gal got so mad because we were doing a comedy show at a place at the U, a pizza place at the U. And I'm not using the word to mean anything mean to people who have Down syndrome or mental handicaps. So that way, just socially, you know, that's what it was. That's what homeschool kids are. Not just socially awkward. They're just. So I say this, and this girl is so drunk. She's waiting for karaoke, which is going to happen after the comedy show. And she already assumed I'm fucking singing karaoke. I'm telling jokes that she's assuming I'm singing karaoke. I'm like, no, we're not. Karaoke's after this, sweetheart. I'm like, I was literally talking down to her because she was so fucking hammered. And then, like, you know, she just hooting and hollering, having a good old time. And then literally I say that word and she goes, you can't say that. I'm like, what? You can't say the R word. I go, you just did. And then that pissed off the manager. So that was the first time I ever had somebody physically pull a microphone out of my fucking hands, was because of that. Because the managers aren't pissed off at the guy running the show. And she thought I was just trying to make fun of her clientele that was normally there. I'm like, I wasn't trying to make fun of anybody. She's fucking hammered. She's interrupting the show, but I don't know. Like, yeah.
Dude, how weird was it that I had a piece of mail from your college when we got home on Saturday?
So weird. Yeah. So weird. We literally pull up so I can get my stuff into my trunk and get going. And then Ace just goes, hey, where'd you go to school? And I told him. And then he's like, well, why the fuck do I got a piece of mail? Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know.
The only reason I said it wasn't just like a flyer. Like, it was like an actual piece of mail from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. I forget that you went to a Christian college.
Yeah, I know.
Then when I opened it up and saw what it was, I was like, oh, that makes way more sense. So basically, my niece, for all intentions purposes, is my niece goes to Crown. She's not my blood niece, but my best friend since I was 3 years old. It's his daughter, and all those kids consider me an uncle. I consider them my niece and nephews. And yeah, she was doing a missions trip. They were raising money. I donated to her cause, and it was a postcard from her. But weird, it was a postcard from her, so they must have just collected it from all the kids, and then the college sent it for them. So and then also had like a thank you note. But it was really weird because I also feel like you had just said the name of your college when we were pulling into town. Like, I feel like you had brought college up because when I took it out, I feel like it was fresh.
Yeah, you probably. I think I might have said something to. Yeah, what the hell were we talking about?
It was just super. It was a super weird moment. It really was.
Yeah, and then I was like, "Crown," and you're just like, well, "Why the fuck am I getting?" I'm like, I don't know, man.
Sorry, Jesus.
Yeah. I'm still living that lifestyle covenant, Mike. Still living that covenant right here with the Summit beer right here. If you guys don't know, by the way, like, we'll get to evolution just real quick. I'm going to share this quick story. So, yeah, I don't know how, like, Mike and I actually never really talked about this, how much, like, he maintained the covenant that we had to sign. So when you apply to Crown, that's you signing the letter of committing to the lifestyle covenant, which the basis for this is, you won't be drinking while you go to Crown. You won't smoke while you go to Crown. You won't fornicate unless you're married while you go to Crown. You won't gamble. But the one that's most confusing to everybody is you can't dance. You can't go to weddings and go to the reception, and you can't dance at the wedding reception. You can go and do all that stuff. I don't wear shorts.
What? So, like, it's for real Footloose?
Yeah, like, pretty much you can't. I am wearing shorts, by the way, Mike. I don't know what the hell you're asking here. They're pale as shit, by the way, so no one really wants to see my legs. But yeah, no, it was so crazy. And you know what I did? They can't take away my degree now. I've already paid all my student loans. I did all the Christian service credits I needed to graduate. The very first night after the initial orientation, I was a spring transfer in. I'm at a friend's house playing poker and drinking beers, not smoking or anything like that, because a couple other guys were, though. And then after we played poker, we all went to the casino to gamble more. So I was around or broke 3 of the 5. Yeah, 5, 6. Well, I guess 6 because they don't want you to do drugs either. 6 things they tell you not to do when you go into Crown. I'm like, all right, buddy, there you go.
I would have.
They will for sure. I will never win Alumni of the Year because of this show right now.
I would never be able to like. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, smoking a hookah, which is so weird.
Yeah, that's okay.
I mean, it's technically tobacco, but yeah, like we couldn't smoke tobacco either.
So you watched Evolution though?
I did, and I'm gonna state this before we start. 80% of it was good. I hated the fucking finish. I hated the goddamn end of it.
Okay, so here's what I was gonna say about that main event and what happened, because y'all know how much of a fan I am of Naomi.
He said sarcastically as fuck.
Veggie Tales guy, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Was that started there?
So the guys who started VeggieTales went to Crown, but they also got kicked out because they didn't go to enough chapels.
Oh, that's crazy. They were busy making cartoons for kids about Christianity. Yeah,
they're the biggest alumni of all time, and they got kicked out of a Christian college.
They made
because they didn't go to chapel enough.
They made a cartoon cucumber famous. Right. Anyways, what was it? Larry the Cucumber?
Dude, you know it, baby.
Dude, I remember when VeggieTales came out. Anyways,
this is the closest you're gonna get to being top shelf right here, Ace. Right now, when you talk about VeggieTales on this.
So here's the deal: my best friend, whose daughter goes to Crown, like that whole family was extremely Christian. They still are. Right. So when I was in their house, I abided by a different set of rules than when I was at my house.
Correct. Yeah.
Anyways, here's the deal. You know, I'm not a Naomi fan.
Correct.
But it was the right call.
I don't disagree on the call. I honestly wasn't thrilled with the main event anyways, and then you have that. I'm like, this fucking ruined the whole pay-per-view for me.
See, I liked the main event. I just think every once in a great while, the language barrier causes an issue. Mm-hmm. And I think there was just 1 or 2 little tiny spots in that main event where we saw that. Other than that, though, phenomenal. But yeah, I'm not a Naomi fan, but that was the right call. And you know what? She's over. People are loving her right now. And honestly, it's a better character for her than this glow bullshit. It is.
Just take an edible and go over there and just say you have the joy of the Lord days. That's a great way. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, hey man, I'm on my P's and Q's. I respect my homie. I don't do that stuff when I'm with them on weekends when I go visit and stuff. I behave.
That's real nice.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal though. Like, his mom passed away from breast cancer 13 years ago. And I'm pretty sure towards the end during chemo, she tried it because we had other friends. Like, anyway, and one of the brother-in-laws is a homie. And he's down with the clown. The cannabis clown. Anyways, and actually, never mind. We're just not going to talk about that anymore. Anyways, the fucking tag match was phenomenal. You just showed off a whole bunch of talent.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, Sol Ruka made a name for herself on Evolution. What's her tag partner's name?
I will never know, and I will never remember because I don't watch that tag team for her partner. I watch for Sol Ruka. I think her skill set's fucking amazing. I think she's super talented.
So good in the ring.
I can't believe she's not main roster already, to be honest with you.
She's a former gymnast. Gymnast in Oregon, dude. Like she's I'm just gonna pull it up because I honestly don't remember.
Well, and like you were saying too, as you're doing that with the main event and the language barrier, Io and Rhea, they made plenty of mention of this even throughout the whole pay-per-view. They faced each other about 5 or 6 different times. Io's won every damn time or whatever. Like, and they had some good matches, but I just really wasn't blown away with how it started. And I thought it was very slow in comparison to what they've done in the past. So, obviously everybody ages and stuff too. Like we talked about that earlier, but I wasn't blown away by the match itself. And then you have that as a finish. I'm like, fucking hell. Like, And again, it makes sense because Naomi is more over right now, but I don't know. Like, I didn't like her winning the fucking Money in the Bank either, but
I didn't either. I really did. Honestly, it should have been the Cure, who won the Battle Royal. So she gets her shot in France, and honestly, I fully believe they're going to pull the trigger.
is she going to face Naomi or Tiff though?
I don't know who she's going to face. Whoever the fuck she faces, they're going to pull the trigger. She's just so over. She's so hot. She's so good. That's the other thing. Like, she's so good. Like, I don't know. She carries herself in a very, you know how like most of the, yeah, and then like backs it up with her in ring town. And she learned lucha. She trained in Mexico. Okay, yeah. Obviously, everyone loves the fucking the fucking ass to face move, whatever it is. The
Devil's Kiss,
whatever Booker does. Bah, whatever.
Well, and then bouncy was what Wade Barrett was calling on Sunday. I was like, dude, this is an all women's pay per view.
I know.
There's a lot of things that go bouncy all night long, but like that move in particular. But also, credit to WWE, by the way, for having Lash Legend be the second or be the last elimination. Like, that's a huge step for somebody who you just are letting her go single and still in NXT, but also you had her last till the end, and then she's basically the one who really got Nia Jax out. I mean, obviously, like the tag team stuff with her and Vaquera was great, but like, good on them for using Lash Legend that way too. Like, again, a bigger, taller, stronger opponent, and then still using her the right way though too, where it didn't feel odd for her to lose to someone who's obviously very established in Stephanie Vaquer.
Not at all. And again, it shows that, okay, there's plans for that lady. She has a very bright future, rightfully so.
Yep.
Badass in the ring, athletic, great. Mm-hmm. We had that NXT Women's Championship. JC James defeats Jordan Grace. I think that's a great way to insert. I still call her Mariah May because I can never remember her fucking new name.
Blake Monroe.
Blake Monroe. To get Blake Monroe in there and also kind of have her have that brush
for the title, but then also, immediately, because she was too much of a fan favorite for me because she was working great in AEW as a heel. And
here we go.
I mean, that's what we should have seen the whole time. Yeah.
Well, but this worked perfectly though.
Yeah.
Because it'd be weird if she just joined. What's their name? Jason Toxic Attraction.
Fatal Attraction.
Or Fatal. Yeah, I think it's Fatal now.
Fatal Attraction. Yeah.
Toxic was when they had like Gigi in them, I think.
And Mandy.
Yeah. So it'd be weird if she just joined them right away. You gotta cash in on the fact that she is just a fan favorite, period, in the wrestling industry right now, and just came off a phenomenal run with Toni Storm. And
yes,
you got to cash in on that. The fans are going to notice and be like geeked out that she's there. So, you did it right. How do you get her to like turn? And also, how do you like really prop up now these two big names? You have Jordan Grace, who, let's be honest, WWE plucked her from TNA and was like, okay, we can do something with you.
Yeah,
we're keeping on to you. We're not sending you back. And yeah, right, Mike. Always, yeah. And then you got Monroe now, who now again you got to get us to forget that we're happy she's there. You got to make us hate her now, because that's when she's at her best.
Yep.
So now you just gave us this feud in NXT, not even NXT, NXT, with these two. And again, these are two that 6 months they're going to be main rostered, both.
Well, especially with how quickly they brought up Vaquer and Julia to the main roster, and I mean, work rate. Mariah May's obviously been through Stardom, AEW, and now WWE, and then Jordan Grace has been all over the place. ROH, TNA, obviously more recently, and then now in NXT. But yeah, both these women are going to add so much value to an already stocked women's division across the board. By the way, like WWE's women's division, first of all, it's highlighted much better. I can't believe it took fucking 7 extra fucking years for them to get Evolution 2.
Well, and that was the thing. I guess I didn't watch the post show, but I guess they asked Triple H, and he kind of never directly answered it and danced around if they're going to do it again next year. There's no excuse. There really is no excuse at this point, WWE. First of all, in all of professional wrestling at this current time, the NXT women's locker room is the strongest locker room.
Mhm.
It really is. That shit is stacked over there. Yeah, you plucked a couple of the big ones, but after what we saw at Evolution, there's a couple there: a Lash Legend, Monroe, Jordan Grace, Sol Ruka, like these guys who is also holding a title, Sol Ruka.
Yeah.
These girls are going to take Stephanie and Julia's place, like really easy. And seeing some of these names get pulled up so quick, they're getting pulled up quicker than the men, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think it's also because sometimes people have, especially considering you still have 3 of your original 4 horsewomen, right, are still there with Bayley and Charlotte and Becky Lynch.
Yeah, the only one gone is Mercedes.
Mercedes or old Sasha Banks there, but
and they even talked about her on Evolution,
right?
Which I was surprised.
Yeah.
Here's the hope, though, Mike. Here's the hope, and this is the one criticism I will always have until I hear differently about AEW, and it has nothing to do with the talent. Has nothing to do with overall usually the quality. It is Tony Khan doesn't know how to be a boss in that locker room. I think Tony Khan likes the fact that this is his toy. The NFL serious stuff, he can't fuck around with that. The premier team, that's serious shit. You can't fuck around with that. And Daddy's eyes, all right, here you go. Here's a wrestling company. Have fun. Knock yourself out. And he is. This is just an adult version playing with his big action figures. And he doesn't know how to fucking rule. Like, that's the thing in WWE. We saw it with Punk leaving there to come there. We never thought Punk would go there, but here's the deal. Okay, let's talk. We'll give you what you want, but you have to follow such conduct because at the end of the day, this is still a company and you are working for us. Whether you're an independent contractor or what of that, when you are in our locker room and you are at our shows, we expect you to carry yourself in a certain way. And you know, and that's always been kind of a locker room thing, right? Which is why it's why Undertaker eventually led Wrestler's Court in the locker room, is so shit didn't get crazy out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I mean, you shouldn't have to ask someone to be a good human being, but the fact of the matter is, and this isn't even just wrestling, this is, I mean, I deal with this at my government job, Tom. You deal with this at your property man. Is unfortunately, there's just shitty people that sneak their ways into everything that you do. And when you don't have someone who knows how to deal with them and also run something properly so those people don't have leeway to do whatever the fuck they want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's the issue, is Tony Khan has a lot of people in that locker room that could very much help with those issues. And I don't think he lets them.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about this before on this show. There was a big shift when he took all the EVP power away from people who, let's be honest, created All Elite Wrestling at the end of the day. Yeah, and you know, and that's, again, I get it. If you're a fan, you're a fan. I'm looking at this as a business angle. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at this as like how locker rooms should be run, because even on an indie scene, you see this happen in locker rooms, this kind of stuff. I don't think I've had to deal where it's like that bad, but I mean, I've dealt with some things where people don't know what they're doing, and it can lead to chaos. Unfortunately,
yeah, we know a few people, but yeah,
but that's the thing. You have such great people who are veterans. They know this game inside and out. Let them run that locker room. Like, why?
Yeah.
And also maybe get off the blow. I don't know if he's still on it. Probably still is. But if he still is, that helps too. Get that shit out of there. You can't make good, clear decisions when you're running $1 million per hour, like when we saw him at fucking Dynamite that one night.
Well, yeah. What Fate by the Lake, I think, was when we were all there, you know, like us and then Nerdy and Mike was with us too. Like, I think that was probably the most. I mean, he was pretty bad for a year and shit like that.
It's crazy. And the other thing too is, it's like, if enough people are saying it, and they're people who are somewhat in the know, it's probably true. And I've heard it from a couple different credible sources. who have been in that locker room. So no judgment, but the thing is, dude, you're running a business. You're able to do it with your soccer team and your football team. Of course, dad has a big hand in the football team, but you're running a business. You got to keep your locker room in order.
Yeah.
You got to. You can't always just go there for the good times because the other two are more serious jobs. Because you can't, because dad or whoever else is above him at those other places are keeping him in check.
Correct.
Especially with the Jaguars. So, again, dude, we know people in AEW. People who have been a guest on this show are signed to AEW contracts. Like, we love them. I want nothing but great things for them. But sometimes I think Tony Khan gets in his own way. And again, I think there was a very big shift when you saw the Bucks and Omega and Hangman and all their power get taken away from what they created. And that was when it was at its heyday, when they were running off of what they created.
Yeah. Taking away EVPs, obviously you even saw it with All In. Technically, the Bucks are no longer EVPs either. Like, I don't know, which, some have speculated too, they lose that title on a show, that, lose stipulation.
Yeah.
They're going to stick around them like,
I mean, maybe, but I think the other thing too, though, is if you have policy and you have whatever, you can't be this way if you're doing this backstage, if you're, the other thing too is it comes really down to he's letting the talent have complete freedom with what they're doing. That's not allowed at most companies. And even on the indie scene, most promoters are going to be like, hang on.
Yeah.
We don't.
I'm okay with certain few things, but
we don't need to do that. So like the whole Punk thing, like it stems off of a fucking thing with Jack Perry and him wanting to use real glass. Okay, well, that's not on Punk to go tell him that. That's on the management to say yay or nay. And if you're willing to let him do it, then let him do it. But obviously you weren't, and other people were trying to tell him no, good for you. Just tell him you were the man. And if he's not going to do it, you have the checkbook. You get to say, good, you're not working tonight. I'm not paying you for this show.
I do still miss Jack Perry's fucking TNT title. That was a really cool.
So is he not around now? Is he?
I don't know what the fuck is the deal. He lost that title, also he was gone.
He was always weird to me because I've seen him in interviews openly basically say he hates wrestling, but then he still pursued it. And I never understood that.
But he's not. That's the thing. He's not really an actor like his dad was. So then and his dad wasn't really that good of an actor. Rest in peace or whatever. But like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense that he wasn't really all that around with Christian Cage doing his thing. Like, got kind of quickly brushed over that this guy is the patriarchy, and then telling people, but your dad is dead. And you didn't really have much involvement with Jack Perry on that stuff. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, I think he's also a kind of guy, like, he's just naturally athletic. I don't know what the fuck's going on with him, period. Anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
But I do think that was a really creative design for the TNT Championship, and then they just got rid of it.
And it was cool.
Garcia was a great TNT champion, but then they just...
Did you see that they're like, they were talking about how Darby was just like hanging from the ceiling while they were waiting to drop him.
He was too fucking low. I heard about this. Yeah.
Which, hey, that was fun though. Like, dude, I enjoyed Brian coming back in the fucking Catman doing the whole JR. Is that who we think it is? And then out of nowhere, fucking Darby just comes down from the ceiling like Sting. Like that was fun. That was fun. I enjoyed watching that. So. And hey, kudos to Darby for clounting Mount Everest. Like, cool,
yeah,
you did it. Now come back and kill yourself again.
Well,
that guy goes so hard sometimes that it's like, bro, you don't need to though. Like, save it for another day.
100%. He went that hard after fucking getting hit by a fucking bus. Still,
yeah,
like,
dude.
And then he went and climbs Mount Everest, didn't fucking die. I mean, good for him, but also, listen, man, if you need adrenaline, how about you just fucking take speed, dude? Like, I know it's.
Do drugs like the normal people, bro. Come on.
Like, I know Darby's technically straight edge. He said that before, and like I think on a vignette, he's like, when he was supposed to be taking on Punk or whatever, he said like, "I'm real straight edge." I'm like, yeah, you don't have to be though. Like, clearly you're chasing something, and it doesn't have to be adrenaline highs, man. It could just be the white fucking dragon or something like that, man. You gotta go to opium. Just go to China and have a good time in an opium den, man. Like, find the fucking
Yeah, dude.
like your way to
I
Nepal
get it.
or whatever, or something like
I
that.
get
Go
it.
visit a Buddhist monk and see if you can fucking chill or something like that, dude. Like, relax.
Well, let's end on this. I saw someone put this out online today, like a hypothetical, and I'm curious. So apparently the rumor is Edge's contract will be up before Cena's done with WWE. So the talk is, do they pull the trigger and do we get a mystery opponent for Cena towards the very end, and it turns out it's Edge and they run it back one time?
The fanboy in me is saying yes. Do I think that Cope or Edge has anything left for WWE? Like, even in his heart, I don't know. I can't say that. I don't know the guy, but also it sounds like in all the interviews he doesn't have anything left for them. But
I get that, but also this is something that I don't think he thought was going to ever get presented on the table, if it gets presented ever.
Right.
And it's one of those things where, obviously if that's something they want, someone's going to make a pitch to that, and it's going to be the person directly involved in that match against him, Cena.
Right.
So who knows what that conversation looks like behind a closed door? You know what I mean? I think that's the thing with Edge. Edge is one of those guys that no matter what he's done in his career, AEW, WWE, like there's no wrestling company in this world that wouldn't open their door for him. The same with like Jericho. Like, he's going to eventually go back to WWE one last time. He's going to end it all there. He's basically said that.
Yeah.
And they're going to let him do it. Why? Because he's Jericho. He earned that right. He earned that right by doing the trailblazing shit he did in Japan, in Mexico, in WCW, to work his way up to WWE, to then help put AEW on the map as their first legitimate champion, and then just have these fucking crazy gimmicks and stables and tag teams within AEW that have been nothing but a great fucking time.
Right.
And that door is still going to be open for him to retire there if he wants it. And that's the thing. There's just some heavy hitters. Like Goldberg's not one of them. Goldberg's a piece of shit. He shouldn't have been able to come back.
Right. Well, and so
where's the crazy guy with the dreadlocks that tried to tackle Bret Hart at his Hart Foundation Hall of Fame induction? When we need him to do that when Goldberg's in the ring and not like
better spear than Goldberg ever hit. Just saying. I'll say this though too, like to your point though, with that question, I think I could see Tony Khan giving, like, hey, we want to re-sign you. We understand this might be on the table. Go do it. Mm-hmm. Go do a surprise matchup.
Yeah.
Do that. Be Edge again. Yep. We'll re-sign you. We'll do some other angles afterwards and stuff like that. We'll give it a couple months, like let it settle down, like the fact that you went there, you did it. Because Tony Khan's always said that he's a fan still too. Like,
100%.
And a fan would want to see that shit, Like, I want to see that.
And I think Triple H is a guy that he's always said, if it makes sense, we're open to it.
Yeah.
And I think with Vince out of the picture and him fully controlling now, we are seeing that on a way bigger scale.
Yeah.
To a point that I don't think we could ever rule it out. Like, there's always that chance those two may cross over someday if the situation is right.
Well,
and I don't think either would hurt from it. I think I've been saying this for fucking since WCW days. Let's have one show a year, the biggest show in wrestling. One show a year. You bring the top WWE stars. You bring the top AEW stars. You bring some of the New Japan guys. You go to some of these international places and take the top few guys and you throw. And you could even bring in a couple of like the top indie names that aren't signed yet. If you really want to, but literally like just the top of the top, and you have one of the fucking best shows you're ever going to see. Kind of like what's happening in Iowa on August 23rd.
I was going to say that. I was going to say, do it on the Jericho Cruise though, too. Like that'd be fucking great. Yeah. But yeah, no, Convergence. We're trying to do something to that effect in Iowa for a really good cause, obviously. everybody here currently, I'm sure you've all heard plenty of times from us now. Convergence Heroes for Hudson. This is for the Hadley family. They lost their 6-month-old son on Father's Day. Just the Hudson just unfortunately did not wake up that morning, and it's very tragic. Our hearts obviously go out to the Hadley family. That's why we're doing this, and it's going to be absolutely huge. Absolute Pro Wrestling, Madhouse, Social X, Central Empire, 3XW, and Impact Wrestling are all coming together at the hall there, August 23rd. You see all the details right there on screen right now. Dude, I'm actually really excited for this. I mean, I can complain all I want the fact that like it's one of 3 or possibly 4 weeks in a row of being in Iowa. You're obviously in Iowa a lot more than I am, but for something that huge, that big, and the fact that we're actually all proceeds go to the Hadley family, and that's not just from the show. Like everything that is sold at the show, from Absolute or whoever is there, there's going to be a silent auction. All the proceeds will go to the Hadley family. To money obviously doesn't cure the loss of a child, but also the cost for funerals and stuff like that too. Everything's obviously gone way, 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 way up. So this is just to offset some of those costs, and then hopefully maybe do some right by the.
Oh shit! Is he seasoned again?
Guest there as well. So
Tom
again,
just died.
You did my end too. It always seems to be the end of the show. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a fun time there, August 23rd. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be a big show. It's gonna be a big show. JR's actually confirmed he's gonna be there. Whitney sounds like she's coming. We already know our friends from Shotgun Radio and Card Subject Change are gonna be there. Tom's probably gonna do some stuff with those guys. Tom, JR, possibly Whitney gonna do some stuff with those guys.
Pre-show podcast.
Pre-show. And again, it's going to be a lot of work that night. So I kind of have been talking to the people who are involved to be like, I need to be way more involved on what's going on for this as we get closer, because there's a lot of moving parts. So started having some of those discussions today with some of the people. And yeah, this is going to be special. It's going to be a real special show. So don't miss out on that. If you're in Waterloo this weekend, check out the Hall of Fame show. Go say hi to my boy Wes. Actually, I got to go call him. So that's why we're going to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Fuck, Wes Briscoe says to call him. You call him. You don't need them aces and eights guys to come get you.
Very true. Yeah. So, and we don't know if there's going to be a show next week, guys. Make sure you guys check our social medias out, by the way. 2 Count Show on Instagram and Twitter. Those are probably going to, or actually, those are going to be probably your best 2 ways of finding any new notifications from us. Obviously, on Facebook, search us at 2 Count Wrestling out there. Again, we don't quite know if there's going to be a show. We know Ace is available next week. I may not be available. So if it's just JR and Whitney, you're going to have this, but a lot less energy. So,
well, that's not true.
That's not true.
Only half less energy. Whitney will bring it. JR might fall asleep. No. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll fill it out. Maybe we'll get a friend to come join those 2, and then they can do a show still or something. What the fuck, Malice? You still in chat? You've never been on the show?
He's never been on the show? Oh, that's right. He always said he was busy on Tuesday nights, didn't he?
Yeah, we always bring Luke on.
That son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a bitch.
We'll figure something out. Or we just won't have a show, but we'll let you guys know. And then, yeah, I guess watch. We'll also confirm here in the next week if we're going to do a Sunday night 2 SummerSlam watch along. I kind of want to.
Yeah, now that we talked about it, we realize, like, definitely can't do Saturday because you're busy, I'm busy, like, with shows, so. Goddamn, Kasuth County Fair. Ugh.
Yeah.
Some of these assholes that were at the show on Saturday, like, you're going to be there? Oh, probably, I guess. Shoot me now. All right. Play the outro and get the hell out of here.
Oh, yeah, where is it?
You got it, or you want me to get it?
Yeah, fuck it, we're done. All right, bye, everybody.